like less effort, so it's helped me learn how to like try and take care of my voice better. I don't talk a lot throughout the day, honestly, and then I drink a lot of water, and I have this thing called a vocal mist that I think really helps. It's like a saline solution that I inhale, and it basically like directly offers like moisture to your vocal folds, so if they're like swollen or irritated, it kind of like chills them out a bit. So I do that like 3 or 4 times a day, like right before we play, right after, in the morning. I feel like that stuff helps. Otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. I feel like a lot of other singers tour, and I feel like they can talk all day and they don't have problems. Like I remember we toured with Landon Tours, and he'd have like a cigarette and a beer while he was playing a set, and I was just like, I could never do that. Like, good for you. So it's a process for sure. But yeah, good luck if you get into the full-time touring circuit.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. How about you?
So I kind of recently discovered your Arms Like Yours project, and I just wanted to know, how did you transition that into DAYSEEKER?
Yeah, it's funny. When I was in that band, we toured with another band called Southern Lights, and we became really good friends. And basically, Arms Like Yours stopped doing so well in the local scene, and Southern Lights seemed like, at the time, they were about to kind of pop off. So we actually disbanded Arms Like Yours, and me and our older guitar player Alex for DAYSEEKER, and he was in Arms Like Yours. We joined Southern Lights very briefly, and but I was just playing guitar in Southern Lights, and I was like, I kind of want to sing, and like I feel like I have a lot of things to say. So we started DAYSEEKER. The singer of Southern Lights said he didn't want to do music anymore, and a lot of the guys were pushing to keep the name Southern Lights and have me just replace him. But in Arms Like Yours, I wasn't the original singer either, and I went through a lot of weird comments and messages of old fans being like, I don't like you because you're not the original singer, and I didn't want to deal with that again. So we just started DAYSEEKER kind of from those 2 local bands failing, and here we are, a very, very long time later. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Of course, yeah. How about you in the back there? Yeah. Yeah, you, yeah.
Oh, great. If you guys could be an animal, what would you be and why?
An octopus. Just interesting, yeah.
I'd be a sloth, yeah. Just fucking nap all day. Yeah, sounds great.
I don't know if you guys know what a quokka is. We have a group. But yeah, the reason being, they have no predators, and they're constantly smiling, and they just get to hang out all day and just have a bunch of friends in the wilderness. It's awesome. So I'd be that.
I would say a panda, huh? I thought you were going to say panda. You're being clumsy sometimes. I would go with the monkey just because I just love climbing.
Did you have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is like each of your guys' favorite moments from this tour?
This tour, we played a show in San Antonio that had around 3,000 people show up, and it was kind of like panicking inducing a little bit, just because it was like, who are they here to see? It's certainly not, like the imposter syndrome, everything sets in, but that was really cool to have that, yeah.
Yeah, San Antonio is definitely a highlight for sure. I'm really close with my daughter's mom, and she came to a few shows a couple days ago, and that was it was very cool because it's interesting how like performing your set is different sometimes depending on like who's watching it. No, it was my daughter's mom. My daughter's at home, but I'm close with her mom, and so she's very supportive of my career in music. So she came out to see a few shows, and we've been playing Afterglow on this tour, and she was just up in this balcony just bawling while we were playing it, and I can hold it together really well, and then when I saw her crying, I was just like, oh God, I can't look at you like while I'm singing it. It like started making me emotional. So that was cool though, because I feel like she's, I've known her a really long time, and she definitely saw me playing like acoustic shows like 10 years ago to nobody, and so I think she's always very like proud of kind of what it's grown into. So I was really happy she got to see the show. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. The shows in general, these are the biggest shows we've ever played as a headliner, and it was really cool for me to have like family come out to each show, because my family is spread out amongst the U.S. So it was like really cool to just show them like what we've been doing, and that like, hey, this is real, and I really care about this, and just having them be so proud, and yeah, a lot of different moments, I would say, regarding that, I guess.
Favorite moments would be this whole tour in general, like the production, the crew, and I think we can all agree this is our favorite tour so far. All the bands too. Bands are super sweet. Another favorite moment is the Alpha Wolf encouraged me to like hop on stage with them during their set, and so without my bass too, I usually feel comfortable standing behind my instrument, but I do like a small feature with them holding a microphone and just yelling at people. But it's totally fun.
Anybody else here? Oh yeah, of course. That's a great question. I wish I had a better answer for you. No, it was funny. So yeah, a lot of times, you get like 9 months to kind of plan and organize for a kid. I actually did not find out about, and her mom as well did not find out that she had our daughter growing inside of her until about 8 months into her term. And then I did not find out that my daughter was like even a thing until 3 days before she was born. So it was kind of like, you're gonna be a dad, and then it was like, here's the kid. And anyways, her mom and I kind of, in like the chaos of trying to figure everything out, we were just bouncing names off one another, and she had a few she liked that I didn't like, and vice versa. And we actually both had Hazel on the list, and she came out and she just looked like a Hazel, so we just kind of picked that. It's kind of an older name, I feel like, but oh really?
Cecilia, which is also old and classic.
I like Cecilia though. Oh my gosh, so crazy, yeah.
She found out your daughter from the stage, she's like,
It was fate, yeah, it was meant to be, yeah. I like Cecilia though, that's a nice name. Yeah. Oh, thanks, yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll keep Hazel for a bit, yeah. Anybody else have a question? Yeah, how about you?
Would you guys rather go to the future or the past, and why?
Good question.
Future. I want to go to Mars, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't want to be sappy. I would go to the past so I could hang out with my dad, definitely. I feel like there's like questions I have all the time about being a parent. It's like stuff that it's just like things that come up, and I'm like, hey, was I like this when I was a kid? Or like, what did you do when this happened? Like, it's just like, because she was so young when he passed. So yeah, I'd go back and I would tell him like, this grew into a really cool thing, and like your story like helped a lot of people, and yeah, just hang out with them, be really fun. Yeah.
Mine's not that cool. Yeah, I would go to the past just to, well, I mean, does it count if I get to talk to my former self?
Yeah.
Because that's what I would mainly want to do, is just like tell my former self like the rights and wrongs of your life, and just to, I don't know, just guide myself in the way that I would have wanted to go, even though that I am on the right path. There are things that that I would have liked to write as part of just, you know, regrets and this and that, you know. I'm sure you understand that.
You should also tell yourself to not drink that weed soda last night. Warn yourself ahead of time.
Look so proud.
I only took a sip of it.
Yeah, it was intense for me last night. That's a good question. I feel like present, even though that's not an option, but I'm really liking how the band is growing. Also, like my daughter, the way she's grown too. So maybe I would say future too, to see where the band is going to be in 10 years from now, and vice versa with my kid too. I'm excited to see her growing up, and where she'll be in the future as well. But, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, how about you in the back there? Yeah.
Just wondering, like, maybe not the first show you guys went to when you were younger or whatever, like what was the most memorable concert from back in the day for you guys that you remember that really got you into the conference, whatever.
Yeah, I saw, God, who was headlining? I think it was Chevelle. It was like Chevelle and Seven Dust, and I think Trap opened that show. Yeah. That band. And yeah, I just thought it was badass. I just thought it was so cool. And my parents were very much into like kind of like softer rock stuff, and so seeing it kind of like dialed up as a kid, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So yeah, kind of sold me on it.
I saw the Used and Taking Back Sunday like play together. I think like a co-headline thing.
I do not like to use.
Yeah, and I was like in the pit just getting smushed, and yeah, I don't know. I think I was like 16, and I just had a blast, and I was just like, this would be a fun job. I think. Yeah.
Did you mean our most memorable show as Dayseeker, or one that we've seen?
Yeah, like for you personally, as a kid, kind of, whatever.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I've talked about this recently, but it was memorable for a bad reason. One of my favorite bands at the time was POD. I was about 11 years old, maybe. And I had this concept in my head that every band that plays live is going to sound exactly like the album no matter what. And I had no idea of like, oh, they can suck. I didn't know that. Like, if you're a good band, you're a good band. But yeah, I saw POD, and yeah, it was different. So yeah, I remember that one very much.
I think for me, it had been Warped Tour 2004 or 5. When I was in high school, I went to go see. You saw like My Chemical Romance, The Used, Taking Back Sunday. You saw Seosin like play in a tent. Same with Under Oath in a very small stage. So many bands who are like a big influence to me now. It was just cool seeing them like on the up and up.
Anybody else? Yeah. How about you?
How is your mental health on tour versus when you're not on tour?
It's kind of the same. Honestly, I feel like at this point, at least I don't want to speak for anyone else, but at this point, I kind of have it down. You know what I mean? Where like when I'm at home, I have like a schedule of things that I like to do, and when I'm on tour, I try to stay busy with like a schedule of various like little goals I want to achieve every day, and I find that like even pace of that just kind of keeps me sane. But it's just like when you're at home, like if you get stressed out on tour, I just take a nap, smoke some weed, like it'll be fine.
I feel the same. Yeah, I can't really say there's like a like I'm super depressed when I'm home, or like it's. I feel like when I'm home, I really get to take in my time just being a dad, and maybe like focusing on actually like creating like new music. And then when I'm here, I feel like it's like this big release of emotions. Like I get to get out like all the stuff I've been through like on stage, and so it's funny. It's like I miss playing so much when I'm home for too long, but then when I'm here too long, I miss seeing my daughter and just kind of like chilling out. So but I feel really lucky on either side of the coin. I think it's really cool that we get to do this. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd say probably the same thing. Just it's pretty much the same whether I'm home or on tour. Being an anxiety-ridden person, like it took me a long time to kind of adapt to the touring life. But since we've been doing it for so long, I'm like at peace with it, and I'm used to it, and I know what to do, like, you know, to find my safe space. And but I will say, like on tour, I have a lot more like happy moments. Whereas at home, like it's mostly I'm just like secluding myself, like in my bedroom or like hanging out with my roommate and stuff, which is great. But there's a lot more substance to be had when we're on tour, I think.
Yeah, when I'm not touring, I'm back at home, just being a dad and like a lot of family time. Also, mentally and physically checking myself if I'm up to par for the next tour. And luckily enough, like these guys were saying, we've been touring for so long that we already kind of have like a rhythm of what to do, how to prep, and just to be prepared for the next run. And so I give them usually the beginning of tour. The transition from like leaving home to going on tour is kind of hard for me. It's like leave my family and then get used to this like new routine. But after the first week, I get a rhythm going. So yeah.
Anybody else? I think we have time for a few more. Take it back here.
You guys have been playing a lot of big festivals recently, like Sick New World. What was your like fanboy moment, your fangirl moment, being backstage, seeing the band?
Fangirl moment?
So I like the band Bush a lot, and we played a festival with them, and I saw the singer backstage, and I had like a joint on me, and I'm like, oh man, here's my moment, here's my chance. I can finally, meet the guy from Bush, and hanging out with him. I'm like, oh hey man, you want to smoke the joint? And he's like, oh no, I'm sober, man, and just kind of was like. I was like, oh no, I blew it. But they sounded great. They put on such a badass show. So it's kind of like, I kind of like that it happened that way, honestly.
We did the last Warped Tour in 2018, and it was small. We were much smaller at the time, so being around anybody who had like a name or a profile was just like, oh my god, like there's that guy. But I don't know. I was a big Every Time I Die fan, and I saw Keith Buckley backstage, and I just said hi, and I really liked his music, and told him that my sister used to have a really big crush on him back in the day, and yeah, he was really nice, really sweet, but there was something like intimidating about going up to him for some reason. Yeah.
That was my same one. Yeah, Warped Tour 2018, because most of the festivals that we've been doing, it's usually such a giant, there's 1,000 stages, and you don't really get to hang out with anyone unless you kind of already know them, and then so we would just hang out with bands that we knew and were familiar with. But in Warped Tour 2018, yeah, same thing for me. Like Keith Buckley, it was like a huge deal to me, and like he gave me a high five, and I was and I melted, dude. No, he's awesome.
For me, it would be Sick New World, the recent festival. I brought my 5-year-old, and she had a great. It was her first like concert, or not first music festival, and we went to see Baby Metal. She was a big fan of Baby Metal, and then they were hanging backstage, and my daughter had this cute outfit. It was like a Harley Davidson like shirt, but it had like fake sleeves. And so the girls from Baby Metal were just like, oh my god, you're so cute. Very animated. And we got a picture with them, and so my kid was geeking out on that. She was very stoked.
Anybody else here? How about you down there?
It was the same for me. I was also melting and shaking when I took pictures of you guys. But do you have like a favorite band that you perform with, and or a dream band that you'd like to perform with?
Favorite band that we've played with is I really like the Pierce the Veil guys. Lonnie, their drummer, was just like especially kind to me on the run that we did with them. He like helped me fix some stuff with my drums when it broke, and it, like he didn't have to do that. So I'll always remember that. I'd love to do like a Bring Me tour, like a Sleep Token tour. I think that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Beartooth. There's really sweet guys, really nice, and I actually feel like they put on such a good show. It like motivates you to want to be better at your own show. And yeah, I would do a Bring Me tour. Definitely seems like a good one.
I don't know if this counts, but being on the same festival as Limp Bizkit was really cool. Yeah, big fan of them. But artist I would want to play with. Lately, it's been. I think we would do really well with like Muse or Nothing But Thieves. Yeah, just a thought I had recently.
Favorite band would have to be Pierce the Veil. I feel like we all got along with them, and they weren't like big rocks. Like they were playing the cool card with us. They were very nice and welcoming. Jaime was like my uncle. He's like my Theo. Yeah. And a band that I would like to tour with would be Spirit Box, Paramore. I think any of those guys would be really cool.
All right, I think we're gonna cap the Q&A just because we want to give you guys some time to have first dibs at merchandise before anybody else gets in the building. So they're gonna be selling back there 15 minutes to doors, and then otherwise we just want to say thank you guys once again for coming. The show is very cool. We're very excited for you guys to see it. Yeah, thanks for being here. Yeah.
See you guys.